This week, Filipino music fans mourned the death of an icon. Danny Javier, a third of the legendary OPM group Apo Hiking Society, has passed on. He was 75. Filipinos also took this time to share tributes and their memories of the singer, composer, and actor. We now speak with fellow Apo Hiking Society member Jim Paredes on the final word. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. I know this is a difficult time. My deepest sympathies to you, Boboy, and the family of Danny Javier.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Jim, what will you fondly remember of Danny as a co-member of the Apo Hiking Society?
Too many memories. Too many. I can sigh, and that sigh will mean like, a deep sigh. When you've known somebody for 50 years, you've gone through thick and thin, you've done everything together, and too many memories. I'll remember him. Even when he's gone, I'll probably have a continuing dialogue with him for the rest of my life.
Jim, did you get to speak to Danny before he passed on? And
yeah,
what did he tell you?
actually, during the pandemic, because I was stuck in Australia, I couldn't go home. We had about 5 calls, long ones, until the month before I arrived, no? 3 weeks before I arrived. And then I went to see him at ICU. At first, they wanted me to just stand by the window and wave, but the nurses suddenly called me and said, "No, you can go inside." And I went there and I looked at him, and he had the saddest eyes when I saw him. And I held his hand. I wasn't sure whether he could recognize me, but after a while, I felt that he could. And I told him, "Danny," because he was all chewed up, sabi ko, 1 press for yes, 2 presses for no. Because I wanted to ask him, I didn't want to stay long because he might be uncomfortable. So I'd always ask him, "Are you okay?" And he'd said, "Yes," And I was holding his hand for about an hour, and I'd kiss his hand all the time and tell him, "Love you, bro." I just kissed him like that, and then I held his face like that. He was like, his eyes were so bright, actually. And then I sang a song, a line from the Beatles song, "Two of Us," and it goes, "You and I have memories longer than the road that stretches out ahead." And he was trying to smile, but he was all covered up, no? And it was just wonderful. And then I'd ask him, "Pagod ka na?" Say, "No, no, no, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave." Until about tagal na, and I could see that he was kind of getting tired. So I said, "Danny, alis na ako." And then he squeezed me really tight, and then he let go of his hand. And I just said, "Love you, bro, till we meet again." Of course, it's not as, I can't possibly explain what went through that 45 minutes to an hour thing, but I felt we had great one-on-one soul connection, It is just, I don't know. Yeah.
It is indeed a sad moment for everyone who adored Danny.
Boboy,
music, yes.
Boboy, Danny, and I, we're family.
Brothers.
We're brothers. We're brothers. If we go like brothers, we go through a lot. May tampuan. We've committed crimes together. And we did a lot of stuff. And we made music, and we shared it, and we felt that we felt that our work was our gift to Filipinos, because gusto namin ang soundtrack ng Filipino life was Tagalog at saka Filipino music, hindi yung hihiram lang tayo from the West, no? So it was really like that. That was our mission. At, and we gave it all. We gave it all. And we were good for each other. We supported each other, and we were all creative. And the only thing we only had one thing, one promise to each other: if it's not fun anymore, let's stop. Yun lang. Wala kaming kontrata. You know.
Apo released over
So,
20 studio albums, Jim, and
I don't know,
hundreds of
20.
songs.
Basta alam ko 27 lahat
20.
kasama na yung mga -1, best of, and all of that, no? But yeah, we did a lot.
You did a lot. I mean, you
Yeah.
brought life and depth to original Filipino music. Share with us, what
Yeah.
were Danny's maybe top 3 songs? If
I would say Pumapatak ang Ulan was one of the greatest OPM ever. Because the song talked about not love, not your usual thing that you hear about. It talked about just a stream of consciousness thing, no?
yeah.
And it was brilliant. I thought it was really brilliant, and I arranged that, no? And what do you call this? I got these musicians, and I knew the chords, and they wrote it down. I said, okay, we'll play it as fast as this. And when we got to the studio and recorded it, we just knew we had a hit. The other one was Dina Natuto, which he presented to us, Boboy, and we said, wag na muna, Danny, kasi we had just done 10 songs in an album, and we were tired. We were tired of studio work. So napunta kay Gary yun, And then on the next album, we re-recorded that with our own version. He also did Kabilugan ng Buwan, which is, wow, one of the best romantic songs ever. Doobie-doo. Ano pa ba? Dami niyang ginawa eh.
Ang dami.
Malawi Kain. Lumang Tugtugin was composed like 20, 30 minutes. It was lunch break during our stint as executives in a music company. And when I came back, he said, Jim, pakinggan mo to. He was head of marketing, I was head of A&R, and I said, let's record it tomorrow.
Every song
So right then and there,
that you
we
guys
recorded.
composed really had a great backstory. Jim, if you were to write a song right now to pay tribute to Danny, what would be some of the key words and some of the key lyrics of that song?
Love. Love. True love. Unconditional. Something funny. Because we all made each other feel good,
Yeah.
We laughed at each other's jokes. We really appreciated each other's contribution to the team, no? Sometimes ako makakaisip ng joke. Papasa ko kay Danny, the-dribble ni Danny, the dunk ni Boboy, yung mga ganun. No? It was all, talagang may chemistry kami eh. So,
And
parang on stage, you could almost tell what the other will do, no?
and Jim,
And yet, we could still surprise each other, so...
And Jim, I really experienced that chemistry, that brotherly love between you, Danny, and Buboy when you visited
Yeah.
Singapore and performed at the Fort Canning Park. And I attended the party afterwards, and I was just laughing like anything. I mean, I just had so much fun talking to the three of you. And Jim, to many of the fans and supporters of Apo, what will be your final words to Danny, Javier?
To tell you the truth, we thought no one would care. We felt that, the times have changed, there's new music and everything. So I said, well, maybe Apo's really, we have songs there, we still have our followers, but I was so surprised at the outpouring of grief and sense of loss of so many people. No? I mean, all over social media, and people are calling us up, strangers and everything. So, I think we gave you guys something valuable. And it was given freely. It was given with love. It was given because we love being Filipino. And I said, I remember we said, alam mo, magaling ang Beatles, pero they did not write those songs for us. They wrote it for the Brits. Ano lang tayo, parang nasali lang tayo kasi, alam mo na, they didn't write it for us. Sabi ko, let's write something for us. Para sasabihin ng mga tao, ang love song nila, nagpakasal kami dahil sa music ng Apo. Yung ganun, di ba? So Danny had a joke. He said, he met a woman daw who said, uy, nagkakilala kami dahil sa song nyo. Nagligawan kami dahil sa song nyo. Nag-asawa kami dahil sa song nyo. Mga anak namin, nandyan dahil sa song nyo. At naghiwalay din kami dahil sa song nyo. So, parang we wanted to enrich OPM. Para there was a song for any occasion. That's what we wanted to do. Yeah.
Jim,
So, yeah.
we would like to thank you for sharing your story with us on Danny Javier and the Apo Hiking Society. Our deepest condolences to you, Boboy, and to the family of Danny Javier. Jim Paredes.
Thank you. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Jim Paredes of the Apo Hiking Society.